Happy Monday, co-creators, and welcome to another edition of Teena Sessions, 365 inspirational quotes with me, your life coach, Teena Jones. How is everyone doing on this Monday? Hope your day started out great. Hope you woke up on the right side of the bed this morning to start you on your way. Whether you're new or you're one of my loyal viewers, I want to thank each and every one of you for choosing to join me on this day. And if you're ready, we're going to kick off a wonderful quote. And it goes like this. We are all faced with a series of goals and opportunities, brilliantly disguised as impossible setbacks. That's by Charles Siddle. We're going to talk about the dark night of the soul, or when you are experiencing a personal transformation. On the Discovery Channel, have you ever watched how a butterfly is created? You know, if you've seen the stage where the crystal is trying to shed, the cocoon is shedding, and it goes through that long and painful, and it seems as a human you want to go in and kind of help clip and move some of all that excess skin away. But we would be doing it a disservice as a human if we did that. And that is what we go through as human beings. A personal transformation can be long, messy, and ugly, but it's necessary in order to have the beautiful butterfly to emerge from that skin, that shell. It has to go through a metamorphosis. And so do us, me and you. We have to go through a metamorphosis of some kind that is creatively designed by the universe. It's a curriculum that we can't set. God knows the exact ingredients that we need to help us go from where we are to where we want to be. Oftentimes when we pray and we have visions of what we desire, and since it's Monday, we talk about health and healing on this day. You may be experiencing your dark night of the soul in the form of a health crisis. And so going through something like that can test your faith. And I call it a dark night of the personality. It's known as a dark night of the soul, but really it's not your soul is dark, it's your personality. It's that you have held an identity to whatever, your body. You've held an identity to your job. You've held an identity in a marriage. And when something is challenged or taken away, then our personality, as we know it, is not the same. We begin to fall apart. We become fearful because, of course, change is here. And we don't quite know what to do with that, you see. And so I'm going to encourage you, if you are experiencing a dark night of the soul or a transformation or a metamorphosis of some kind, to go through the necessary steps that Spirit takes you through, because you have no choice. Really, you don't. You can resist, but you will lose. And it will cause suffering, you see. And yes, it's natural to be angry and fearful, and you may cry and scream and yell, but you will get through it. That is the good news, is that you will get through it. And no matter how damaging or dark it may appear, this too shall pass. I remember when my father, this big 6'4", 230-pound man who had he had a locksmith shop. My whole life, that's what I knew my dad. He worked 6 days a week. He was off one day, and that was on Sundays. And he had a heart valve issue, and he had to eventually get his leg amputated, one of his legs amputated. And I saw this big, strong, great, wonderful man go through this metamorphosis, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And it softened him. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to make you malleable like clay. God is the potter and we are the clay, because God is trying to mold us into something that is part of our destiny, you see. But there are some things you have to get rid of first in order to make room for the miracle, you see. And so if you've been praying for a miracle, then you've got to go through your own metamorphosis. You've got to go through your own personal transformation. And all the resistance in the world is only going to make you suffer. It's not going to make it go any quicker, you see. And so that is my message. I have 3 little steps that you can take to help you breathe through this situation, to grow through it, not just go through it, but to grow through the transformation. And the first step is you got to learn to trust. And you got to know that there's a power that's greater than yourself, that's helping and guiding and ordering your steps through this ordeal. You got to lean on God and trust when you don't understand the circumstances of what's going on. You may have had everything going your way before, and now it seems like nothing is going your way. I've had several dark nights of the soul. My last one lasted about 2 years, maybe even 3. And when I say it was dark, it was dark. Everything I thought I knew about myself was challenged, you know. Here I am, this independent woman. And I've always been independent. I was an independent child, you know. Never let grass grow up under my feet. Always took bull by the horn and when made it happen. But God said otherwise. He sat me down. He took away my money, my car, every materialistic thing that I've ever owned before. And he humbled me. You see, it's something about humility that allows you to know, to have compassion once you come out of that thing. And that's the whole point of going through a dark night of the soul, is a call within. When you are so used to going without and searching for answers on the outside, externally, but you come to realize that nothing outside of you can help you through this, that's the whole point, is to go within. So the first step is to trust. And then the next step is change. This condition, whatever it is that you're going through, is calling you to change. It wants you to change. And you can't resist it. You've got to say, your will, not my will. That I'm going to go with this flow. This flow of life right now is calling me to change. And if you're looking outside of your life right now, you may see your family and friends thriving. People walking around healthy, traveling, working, enjoying their life, married, getting married, having weddings. Life is just going along for them, and you feel like you're a wallflower. You feel like your life has come to a complete stop, but it hasn't. It hasn't. It's like every manifestation has a root. Always remember that. And right now, God is creating a new root in you. And you will have your manifestation one day. You know, but right now, you're going through the underground stage. It's nothing like recognizing what stage of life you are at. And right now, if you're experiencing a dark night of the soul, you are at a root phase of it. And so have no fear. Go through what you need to go through. Pray, meditate, cry, scream, and holler. Do what you need to do to get past that emotion. You may have to take it a second at a time until you can take it a minute at a time. You may have to take it a minute at a time until you can take it an hour at a time. You may have to take it an hour at a time before you can take it a day at a time. But one day, you're going to emerge out of this darkness and to this great, beautiful monarch butterfly that God has created you to be. And you will know that there is a God to bring you out of that darkness into something beautiful. And you will have a testimony to help someone get through their dark night of the soul. And that's what life is all about. It's about growth, you see. And you're at a very important part of life right now. So I've been there several times. I know what you are going through. I have great compassion, but you're in a very powerful position right now, and you don't even know it. But it's okay. You have people lifting you up. Be thankful for the things you do have. Don't look at what you don't have. Be thankful for the most mundane things, that you are breathing, that you have family and friends that support you. Don't begrudge that. Don't push that back. Don't say, but God, I want to do it myself. Right now is a call for you to be dependent. You see, we all need somebody to lean on. And right now, it's causing you to lean on someone. Someday, somebody's going to lean on you. You see, so you got to play that role. You got to play the character that the universe is causing you to play right now. You can't try to play another role right now. It's not that season. This is the season that you are in. And so my prayer for you is that you go through this thing and you get through it victoriously, and you will. And you will. The last step is to believe. You got to believe that there's a power greater than you and that they want what's best for you, no matter what. Okay? That is my prayer to each and every one of you that may be experiencing a dark night of the soul right now. I pray that you will get through this because I know you will. I see it done. I see it done. If you're not experiencing a dark night of the soul right now, but you know of someone that can utilize today's Teena session, please encourage them to go on YouTube and watch day number 77. Personal transformation, getting through the metamorphosis and getting into enlightenment. In the metaphysical world, we use enlightenment a lot. And enlightenment is that spiritual awakening. But before that awakening, we got to go through some demolition. If you've ever gone through a remodeling, I have. I grew up in my childhood home. We had major remodeling going on. And so